Good afternoon. It is April 26th, 2022. Let me get this off the screen. Okay. And today we had a downtrend day. And this beginning, I really saw that in layers. So that's why you see different trend channels here. And then this clearly we made a measured leg down from here very clearly. So I just measured down to here. And it looks like now we blew through that. So we definitely made two measured legs. I think these trades here are aggressive, but the trend was very strong down. So I think if you recognize that, I think you should have taken these. The rest, we'll talk about them, but I didn't feel very confident in a lot of these. So we'll take a look. I don't know. Maybe I'll at a second glance I'll disagree with myself. So first I would have had this yellow channel, and you do get a second entry short off of that, but you can see that that doesn't give us a good signal bar, and it's in congestion, so that's definitely aggressive. But we keep moving down, and it just it always forms a range, and the range fails once, twice. That's a range, but we broke higher and then broke lower. And so you might consider that and take this second entry short. And it's a very, very bearish signal bar. It's just that you're going into the lows. And we come over here, and this, what I looked at here was this looks like a breakout pullback. It looks like we have a range here. We break higher, that fails, and you get a breakout pullback. So I was looking at this pink channel, and I think if you extend it, it still looks pretty valid for a little bit, but I think eventually somewhere here it breaks, and but if you look here, I mean, it turns right there. Who knows, maybe it's closer to being like that. And I don't think you can enter this. This is a double top, so that's not a failure right there. That's a really good move down, though. And we form this range, and you do get a second entry. And some people probably had their range drawn like this. Typically, the way I do it would have my highs here. And that's a second entry. You might consider that. The signal bar isn't great, though. It's a doji. However, you might take this. It just is a more bearish signal bar. And I mean, maybe people looked at this as a triple bottom. 1, 2, 3. First entry, second entry. But anyway, that forms this yellow channel. And when you get a first entry, failed second entry, long right here, I think you can take that. It looks congested, but that confirms the trend channel. And I mean, we've been in a downtrend, so I think it's also technically a second entry short, although it looks like it kind of isn't. Kind of looks like a third entry short. And then bounce off the midline, correct. And this is clearly a channel up. That's why I don't like this one. Come down here. We have this range here, so I don't think you can take anything in there. And then we form this yellow range, or it looks like a yellow range. And I think maybe here, maybe you could have had this larger blue channel. I didn't find that till later, though. So it might be a little tough. I mean, that is off those two swings. So you might look at this as a first entry, second entry, but I think it's too early just because you don't really... Actually, no, I mean, this does look like a range. This is just... This range here is hard to draw until, like, this high is made. So you might look here at this lower high But then here it's just too congested. When we get this lower high, that definitely confirms this trend channel. I think you can take that one, but it's aggressive again, especially because you might have the range highs at that point up here. So, but when it goes down, breaks out, pulls back, you get a first entry, failed second entry, long right here. I think that's a great entry. And that gets you a move, nice move, and then we bounce. First entry, second entry. And this is a second entry. It clearly looks congested, but look, I mean, it comes back right there, and it's above the EMA. So there's a lot of buying going on right here, and that's not a great setup to go short on. There is congestion. So I think that's why it took a minute. And that's why, I mean, me personally, I want to be more picky with my trades because I can't handle that. Mentally, I do not like that. Anyway, we get this pretty large leg of correction here. I'm not going long on a day like today unless I see more evidence. So we get the overshoot. That leads to a break. And you get a first entry. I looked at this as a double top. First entry, failed second entry. You can see it failing. I think this is aggressive only because this is another overlapping bar. And so it's aggressive. Pretty solid entry though. It looks like it's probably off a trend channel. Yeah, so. And we come back, first entry, second entry. You might take this. I don't like how stemmy that is, but then we make this lower high and we haven't made it back to the EMA. You got to take that. It's really like a triple test right there. First entry, failed second entry, long, super bearish bar. Take that. We're probably going to make a new low with a setup like that after that leg down. And we do. And here we first entry, second entry, lower high, going right into the EMA. I don't think you want to take that, but you get a failure right here. That gives you a nice scalp real quick. And it looked like we were in a channel up, and really you're just ranging at this point, going back and forth, back and forth. This one's a second entry. I was looking at that one. I don't think you can go short on this lower high right here. That's pretty tempting, though. I'm going to mark that as aggressive. There's room back to the EMA there. I like that, but we just made a new high. That's pretty tempting. Second entry right here, I think. I'm going to mark that. And it's like a triple test of that. So I really like that. I think that might be... I think you got to take that. Then we make this leg up, test this again. We fail, then go higher. They get all the traps in here. First entry, second entry, you got to take that. All those longs that they trapped when they broke higher, I think. And that's why you got a 17-point move right here. So that's what I saw for today. Hope everyone had a great day. I'll be back tomorrow.